Hello, welcome back to Halftime TV. Norando Brown, your host, and well, by now the Reggae Boyz fans will be licking their wounds from that defeat from the United States of America in the quarterfinal stages of the Gold Cup 2021 tournament. But before I go any further, I'll be doing my takeaways later on in the show. But check out the links in my description to my sponsors, Quick Link Shipping, RS Sports Store, and CSA Shop. That kit that the Reggae Boyz played in last evening, it was breathtaking to say the least, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you folks out there watching the game want to get your hands on them. So check out RS Sports Store on Instagram at RS Sports Store. They can make it happen for you, so do reach out to them. All right, CSA Shop, be free, be confident, and Quick Link Shipping. Anything you want in North America, they can get it to your doorsteps the blink of an eye. So check out Quick Link Shipping as well on Instagram at Quick Link Shipping. Okay, all right, now where do I begin? First, let me know what you guys thought of the game. What's your reaction? What's your assessment of the game? How did the Reggae Boyz do? Leave it in the comment section, and if you haven't done so as yet, hit that subscribe button. For the folks who have been with us since day one, thanks so very much. We've gotten to that 1,000 subscription mark. You know, the next stop is 10,000, and I know you guys will be here with us for that journey as well. Now let's get to it. Where do we start? O'Neal Fisher, he had the tournament to forget. He was culpable for that goal that Costa Rica scored that resulted in Jamaica being placed second in the group, and again he was culpable for a US goal against Jamaica. We saw the ball came in from the right. Fisher, his positioning, he was ball watching for the most part, and although Andre Blake should shoulder some of the blame, I think O'Neal Fisher, his positioning was way off for that one, and it basically gifted the United States attacking player a free header at goal. The game ended 1-0, not pointing any fingers because it went wrong even far before Fisher, but we'll get into that later on. My second takeaway from the game, barring spell continues for the Reggae Boyz. Now, we haven't beaten the United States in the Gold Cup for almost 6 years now. I think this is 6 years. We've only beaten them in the Gold Cup once, and it was 2015. So we continue to falter against United States team, and it appears as if any team that the United States sends out there, it could be a team of toddlers. The Jamaicans will lose against them. It's almost as if the US team is the Reggae Boyz kryptonite, and if we end up beating them, it's a surprise to everybody because it's just the situation. We're not sure if it's a mental thing, but as things stand now, the Reggae Boyz, they've been bad against the United States. I'll go into some statistics in a second, but it doesn't make for good reading what the Reggae Boyz did. So the statistics for the game are as follows. The United States had 11 shots in comparison to Jamaica's 9 shots. Both teams had 5 shots on target. Ball possession, the United States had 68%, so we know 32% to the Reggae Boyz. And when the Reggae Boyz were in possession, it wasn't convincing. It was almost as if they were trying to get rid of it as soon as possible. So passes, the United States completed 579 passes in comparison to the Reggae Boyz 283. That's twice as many passes for the United States team. Passing accuracy, 84% to the United States, 62% to the Reggae Boyz team. I think the statistics speak for themselves. I don't dwell on statistics too much, but it basically gave a reflection of the game. The Reggae Boyz, they didn't play any football whatsoever, and at no point was I convinced that they were going to win that game. From the onset, the United States team, they were getting the ball on the floor, they were knocking it around, they looked confident in possession, and although it was a team predominantly youngsters, they played very, very mature. They played as if their coach gave them instructions, and they had an idea of how to carry out those instructions given by the coach. Now moving on, Busio. Yes, Busio, that youngster I spoke about in my preview to the game. At 19 years old, he outplayed all the midfielders that Jamaica had in the game. It's almost as if it's an old head on a youngster's body. He was mature, His decision making was precise. He rode the challenges very well, and I think he has everything to be an incredible player in a few years' time. Busio, Gianluca Busio, look out for him. He definitely is something special, and the United States national team are lucky to have him. Continuing, Tapper's gamble backfires. I spoke about this as well in my preview to the game, that Theodore Whitmore needed to be either proactive or reactive. We saw where he was reactive. His changes were late. There were a few players on the team who were tired. There were some who were on cards, but he was still reluctant to pull these players out of the game and to get some fresh legs into the game to influence some change. The starting lineup, in my opinion, it wasn't the best. I'm not sure if it's the best that was available to him. I was told that Leon Bailey was injured. I can't confirm, but my thing is, if he's injured, don't even have him on the bench then. I'll get into that in my next pointer. But players like Junior Fleming, Blair Turgott, they should have been pulled a little bit earlier. Corey Burke, we know the type of player he is. He gave a good shift, but he was on a yellow card from the first half. And I think that injection of fresh legs at the top end of the field could have made a difference a bit sooner had Theodore Whitmore made the changes. The United States coach, in contrast, he made his changes earlier. He realized what needed to change in his team, and he acted on that instinct, that managerial instinct that all wonderful managers possess. Theodore Whitmore, I'm not sure if he was trying to be conservative. I'm not sure what exactly he was trying to do, but for the life of me, I couldn't fathom it. I didn't see through it, and at the end of the day, because Jamaica lost, it wasn't justified. So I think that's one key pointer in the game, the decision making of the coach, both the starting 11, where he had Bobby Reid playing so close to Corey Burke as well. I had a problem with that from the onset. We could see that Bobby Reid wasn't comfortable. We saw what he looked like when his back was to goal, because he's the type of player who plays better when the ball is at his feet and he's running at defenders. That's the type of player he is. So why put him out of his comfort zone when you have players on the bench who are more than capable of playing in that position, in that role, and getting the job done effectively? Andre Gray, he was there. I'm not sure what the deal is with him and Theodore Whitmore, but again, I would have loved to see him more in this game, especially considering Corey Burke was on a yellow card from the first half. So that's one of the key pointers and takeaways from the game. Theodore Whitmore's decision making, I think he has to shoulder majority of the blame for this loss, and for the Reggae Boyz falling out of the Gold Cup. I spoke with Damian Lowe in an interview a few weeks before the tournament, and he said, and I quote, this is Jamaica's golden generation, end quote. Andre Blake, before the game against the United States, said he doesn't mind winning the game ugly as long as the team wins. And this may have been the best team he's played in at the Gold Cup, end quote. So the players were confident in the team. They were confident in the ability of the team to do well. But again, as I said, it's the approach of the manager and his decision making that ultimately cost the Reggae Boyz this game against the United States of America. Now, moving on, as I said, I'm not dwelling on it. It's water under the bridge by now. We have to brush off, and we have to come better. We have to bounce back from this defeat and use it as an opportunity to build on. My next pointer, the longest warm-up in history. Now, Leon Bailey must have been warming up for at least 75 minutes. I'm pretty sure I saw him in the first half, the 20th minute, when Corey Burke went over to change his boots. I saw Leon Bailey warming up. And up until the 90th minute, I think the ball went out for throw-in as well, and he was still warming up. So again, we alluded to him being injured and the reason why he didn't play. And if injury is the excuse, then why would you have a player warming up for 75 minutes of a possible 90? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what's happening behind the scenes, but Theodore Whitmore not playing Leon Bailey, Jamaica's biggest player in that current squad, or superstar, the player that we're supposed to be looking to make the difference, the difference maker, the big name player that we have in that roster. Theodore Whitmore had him warming up for 75 minutes. Is he trying to prove a point? Theodore Whitmore, you should be the one embarrassed because it was atrocious. It was a disgrace, to say the least. I was not impressed by any means whatsoever. And if you're trying to be a tactician, it didn't work. If you're trying to be that know-it-all coach, it didn't work either, because quite frankly, it looks as if you don't have a clue what you're doing. Having this batch of players at your disposal and going out and doing what you did, it's quite frankly an embarrassment. And I think Leon Bailey deserves better. If he is in fact and was in fact fit enough to play for at least 15 minutes, he should have been on that pitch. And it might be the reason the Reggae Boyz lost, because their best player was warming up for 75 minutes. All right, now my final pointer, and I'll leave it here for now until our next episode. I think I'll do the takeaways from the Gold Cup tournament and what's there to be learned from this experience. But before we get on to that video, which will be released later on this week, my final pointer, my final takeaway from the Reggae Boyz versus the United States. It a forward a yard. Yes, it a forward a yard. We've been saying it throughout the entire tournament. It a forward a yard. We didn't specify. A lot of folks were expecting the Gold Cup to be forwarding down a yard. But right now, it appears as if the only thing forwarding down a yard is a flight with the Reggae Boyz players and Theodore Whitmore. Thanks for tuning in to this another episode of Halftime TV. Norando Brown here saying, remember to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate the love and the continued support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We appreciate all the comments that you guys have been leaving for the past few weeks, and keep them coming. Let us know your views. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. Norando Brown here saying, until next time, peace out.